So good afternoon, everyone. It's 3:30, so we'll get the meeting started. I'd like to call to order the Infrastructure, Transportation, and Safety Subcommittee. We'll start with any disclosures of pecuniary interest or the general nature thereof. Seeing none, we'll move on to delegations. We do not have any scheduled today. So item number 4 is report of the Director of Infrastructure and Development Services. And 4.1 is extension of the water and sewage building services agreement with Festival Hydro for 1 year. Mr. Delovic, did you want to just briefly go over that item before we consider it?
Yeah, through the chair, as noted in the report itself, we did start some conversations late last year, early in the new year with respect to this water and sewage billing services agreement. However, with COVID and changeovers in staff, be it manager of environmental services, director of corporate services, and the CEO of Festival Hydro, we didn't continue on with this. As noted in the report, they're still holding their pricing as they have for the last few years. We will be meeting with them come the new year to discuss the whole rationale for the billing and what would 2022 look like.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, we do have a staff recommendation there moved by Councillor Burbeck. Any other questions, comments? Nope, all in favor? Opposed, if any, and that's carried. Thank you. And then item number 4.2 is the Stratford landfill public input invited October 2020. Again, Mr. Delovic, did you want to just cover that really briefly?
Through the chair, yes, as per our certificate of approval for the landfill, we're required to canvass the public to see if there's any concern with the landfill operation. We do this twice a year. As of writing in the report, we did not receive any comments, and post writing in the report, we also did not receive any comments. So there have been no comments for this request for input from the public.
Sorry, my mouse had trouble. Councillor Gaffney?
I'll move the staff recommendation, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Councillor Burbeck?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we're going to be planning to continue the hazardous waste collection over at the Rotary Complex next year. Is that part of the plan?
Yes, that is part of the plan. Sorry about that. We are looking at doing that. Other than the first event, we resolved all the traffic issues for events 2 and 3. And matter of fact, each one of those events we had more vehicles coming out, and very well run. And we were able to service a lot of vehicles in that time. So that our plan is going to that site permanently, as it's quite effective, much better than running it at the.
Yeah, I think that's great. Thank you.
Okay, so if we don't have any other comments or questions, all in favor of the motion? Opposed, if any, and that's carried. Thank you. So then moving on to item number 5 is report of the Manager of Environmental Services. And item 5.1 is Source Protection Joint Risk Management Services Agreement Renewal. And I see we have the Manager of Environmental Services on now to maybe just give us a brief overview.
Good afternoon. Yes. So since 2014, as part of the Ontario Clean Water Act, municipalities are required to have a risk management official and a risk management inspector that are in charge of source water protection. We've been in partnership with neighboring municipalities since 2015 in an agreement with the Upper Thames Conservation Authority to act as our risk management officials for this. So this will be a 3-year renewal of the existing contract, which has been in place for the last 3 years for them to act as our representative. This will have, because the first 6 years or so of the program it was a new program developed by the province. So the first 6 years were really geared towards establishing the program, identifying all the risks in the areas noted. So there's actually a decrease in these contract costs moving forward for the next 3 years, because it's more of a continuous improvement phase of the program, as opposed to data collection, site visits, that sort of thing. So there's less physical work being done by the risk management officials. So that's why we're seeing such a decrease in the annual cost.
Thank you. And I will add that this manager of environmental services is new to the city of Stratford since we all became online and digital only. So it's Mr. Johnny, and I want to say Bose is your last name.
Yeah, correct.
Are
Yeah.
you- Correct. So welcome, and this is the Infrastructure, Transportation, and Safety Subcommittee. So welcome to the city of Stratford. Any questions from Mr. Bose? Seeing none, there is a staff recommendation there, moved by Councillor Gaffney. All in favor? Opposed, if any? And that's carried. Thank you. So moving on now, we have the capital project update, and there was one circulated with the e-scribe. Mr. Dlovic, did you want to maybe just give the highlights of both projects and some operations?
Yes, through the chair. So, we're busy right now wrapping up a lot of our projects for the year and trying to get them done. I just do want to speak on a couple. The Queen Street Storm Sewer, we'll be ready to go next fall on the project. Enbridge Gas have told us all they need is 1 month's notice, and they can go in and move their infrastructure and allow this construction to go ahead. We've been also dealing with Festival Hydro, some work that they need to do. They're underway with their detailed design, and we'll have that infrastructure moved in time for the 2021 construction. Another one that I want to bring forward, I think, is of note, is the Erie Street sidewalk. We're still missing that section at the railway crossing. We did get approval for the design to do the work, but as part of it, contractor is required to get a permit to actually construct near the tracks, and they have to have the rail personnel have to be out there for safety reasons, a flagger when they're doing the work. Well, to date, CN has not yet provided a permit yet to do the actual work. They have the application. Their response has been that because of COVID-19, there's quite a backlog on this, and quite frankly, we don't have any idea when the permit will come into play, if it'll be in time for this year in order to do that construction. So that unfortunately is causing some challenges for it. And so if we don't have that in place, we'll probably have to close down a section of that sidewalk because we just won't, that section where the tracks are, because we won't be able to do proper winter maintenance there. So I just wanted to raise that for council's awareness. Crane Avenue, that's been complete. So Invest Stratford has been marketing those lots there for sale that are now serviced. So hopefully that sales can happen there now that those lots are serviced, because in the past people weren't interested because of not having servicing there. And then the last major one, there's Redford is ongoing. They're trying to get that work done. And the Olone project is nearly complete. They just need to do some line painting out there and some deficiencies. And top coat asphalt will be done in 2021. So along with the line painting, you'll see on either side of Olone, you'll see 1.5 meters painted off for bike lanes in those areas. So that'll be weather permitting. It's been a little wet to get paint down, so hopefully they'll get a fairly dry enough day so they can get some lines down for it. And the water main relining is complete on Romeo, other than some minor restorations. So those are the highlights of the capital program. Just on operations, busy getting ready for winter. Pumping out hydrants that don't self-drain that we have throughout the municipality. Continuing on with flushing of sewers, pothole patching. We're out sweeping. Actually, we're doing 5 days a week, 24 hours a day, and getting the leaves picked up and such throughout the city. So, and also this week, Public Works staff assisted with the removal of the sidewalk cafe boardwalks, as well as the picnic tables that were at Market Square in preparation for the winter season. So those are the highlights.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Councillor Gaffney? Sorry, Councillor Gaffney, we can't hear you.
Sorry. Where are the boardwalks and picnic tables being stored?
I understand the boardwalk are being stored at the museum, and I'm not sure on the picnic tables, but they may be there also or at the yard, but they are being stored. So
Okay, thanks.
okay.
Councillor Burback?
Thanks. Yeah, I was going to ask about the downtown pedestrian study that's coming. I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm just wondering where it's at.
Okay, staff are reviewing the final draft, and so we're going through that now. I know there's some of the staff that reviewed it do have a few comments for the consultant to fix up, and the plan is right now to have a presentation at the next ITS meeting in November. So there'll be a presentation on that study. So a lot of things in there, recommended improvements, pedestrian crossings, and things like that.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Gaffney?
I guess the other thing I wanted to ask, how's that new crossing working out on Huron Street? Probably positive. I see 2 thumbs up there.
From the parent in the area, yes.
Yeah, through the chair, only at the very beginning there was a problem with the one push button, but the contractor was on it immediately and got it fixed within a day. And since then, we've not heard of any issues with it or any concerns from an operational point of view.
Perfect, thank you. I just wanted to sort of more for the information of the subcommittee, but also I had a discussion with Mr. Dolvik the other day about I was on a board that has a number of different staff and council representatives throughout Ontario, and one of the challenges that they're seeing is a lot of their tenders are coming back well higher than what their initial estimates were, and I was just wondering if just one to flag it that it's coming between COVID and material costs and a number of other challenges, some of it being remote on-site work and that kind of thing, that some of the tenders are coming back really high. A couple of the municipalities had to actually cancel larger projects. So I just wanted to, it's not exactly, we haven't seen that yet, I believe, and maybe Mr. DeWolvik can comment on it, but just to flag what some other municipalities are seeing in terms of larger.
Yeah, through the chair, we're seeing a little bit. I don't think it was dramatic, and maybe as in Northern Ontario. What we're hearing from contractors is material prices are going up, and in addition to that is availability. Sometimes there's some challenges there as well.
Thank you. I just thought I'd flag that. Councillor.
So thank you. Yes, I was just going to add that a couple of boards that I sit on have also found the same thing. They're much smaller projects, not necessarily infrastructure related, but they are also finding that costs have doubled, if not tripled, from what they budgeted.
So just something to anticipate as we head into our budget season. Okay. So any other questions on that update? I think it's just for information. So moving on, item number 7 is the advisory committee outside board minutes, and we don't have any. And then the last is the next subcommittee meeting. Sorry, I have to look over onto my screen, November 25th. Only thing left is motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Burback. All in favor? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye now.